Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video actually we'll be creating the project template because whenever we try to implement any project, okay, we try to manage lots of folders and files, okay, because here we are going to follow the modular coding approach, okay. So here I'm going to show you one generic template actually I usually follow whenever I try to implement any project, okay. So you can follow this template in your every project, and it is one of the best template, okay, what I feel like, okay, because here the code management actually I'm going to do, it would be like totally awesome. So I think you remember in our last video we have created one GitHub repository, and let me show you. So this repository actually we had created, and what I did actually I cloned this repositories, okay, in my local machine, okay. So now what I need to do, I need to open this folder, okay. So here actually I'm going to open my VS Code, then actually I'll be creating all the folders and files, okay. So instead of creating manually these folders and files, okay, so if I now want to create the folders and files here, so what I will do, I'll just click here, then I need to again click on new, then I need to click on the folder that's actually I'll be creating. But actually this will take a lots of time, okay. So what I will do, I will create this project template as a Pythonic way. So I will write one script, okay. So here actually I'll create one file called template.py, and inside that actually I'll mention all the code, okay, all the like logics. So by using that logic, actually we can create this kinds of template, okay, in just one shot. So first of all, let me open my VS Code here. So I will open my terminal first of all. So if you are using any terminal, any like command prompt or like anaconda prompt, or like you can say your git bash, okay, if it is like available in your system, you can open it up, and here you just need to write code space dot, okay, if you are using VS Code. So this is the command you just need to execute, so it will open up your VS Code here. But for your case, if you are using some other like you can say code editor, you can use this one, okay. I'm expecting you know these are the thing, okay. But for me actually it's VS Code, okay, because I personally like Code a lot, okay. So I'll remove these are the thing. So now here I just need to create one file. So I'll just click here, okay. So if you just click here, so it will create allow you to create one file. So I'll just give the name template, okay, template.py. So this is the file I have created. Now inside that actually I'll be writing all the logic to create my project template, okay. So first of all, I need to import some of the libraries. So I'll import wes, and I also need pathlib, okay. Why I need pathlib, I will show you, okay, later on. As of now, let's import pathlib, import path, and I also need logging, okay, because I will also log the information like what is happening, okay. So I will import logging. So these are some Python built-in packages, okay. You don't need to install them, okay, separately. So first of all, let's create our logging. So to create the logging, okay, so you need to follow one thing. Just write login dot. There is a method called basic config, okay, basic config. Inside that you need to mention your log level, okay. So log level equal to, I'll just write logging dot info, because this is going to be information related log, okay. Now here you just need to specify the format also, which format actually you want to follow to log the information. So format equal to, here let's mention, first of all it will log your ASCII time, okay. Okay, I think there's some issue. So first of all you need to specify parenthesis. Now inside that, first of all it will log your ASCII time, okay. Then what it will do, it will also log your message. So here you just need to mention message, okay. Yeah, yeah, so this is your login configuration, you just need to write, okay, like that. Now here I need to mention my project name, okay. So what was my project name? It was CNN classifier, okay. So this is my project name, because by this name actually I will create one folder, okay. and inside that actually I will be writing all the components. Okay, let me show you like how it will look like whenever I will try to complete this one. Okay, so here first of all I will make one list. So because here I need to create a lots of directory and lots of, you can say, files. Okay, so for this I will create one list, and inside that I'll mention all of my, you can say, folders and files. Okay, directory, and it will automatically create. Okay, so I will just write list of files. Okay, let's give this name list of files equal to, so this is going to be one list. Okay, so the first directory I'm going to create, which should be nothing but your .github. So I'll create .github. So this is going to be one folder. So this folder actually I need like whenever, see, I told you like I will be following CI/CD like deployment. Okay. So for this actually you need this .github, because here the service actually I'm going to use, which is nothing but GitHub action. Okay. So inside that actually I'll write my CI/CD.yaml. So whenever I will try to commit my code, okay, on my GitHub, it will automatically get deployed. Okay. Okay, so for this actually I need this .github folder. So inside that I will create another folder called workflows. Okay, so let's write work flows. So inside that I will just create one file called .gitkeep. Okay, .gitkeep. Why I'm creating .gitkeep, I'll tell you like why it's needed. Okay, later on. So this is the first folders actually I'm going to create. Then after that I will create another folder called src. Okay, inside src I will create my project folder name. Okay, so I'll create my project folder name, and inside that what I will do, I will create one constructor called underscore init underscore dot py. Okay, so this file I need. Then what I will do, I will just like duplicate the same thing, and now here what I need to do, instead of uh, this one, now I will also create another folder here called component. Okay, so let me write components. Okay, so inside components I will again create one constructor. Now component is also done. Now I'll duplicate the same thing. Now I also need one utils. So let's give the name utils. Okay, utils. And inside this utils I will again create one constructor. Okay, then again I will duplicate the same thing. Now instead of utils I also need config, because here I'm going to write all of my configuration, okay, of my project. And inside that I will again create one constructor. Okay, similar wise I will create another folder called pipeline. Okay, and inside pipeline I will again create this constructor. And after pipeline I also need entity. I'm going to explain all of this folder, okay, why it is useful, why I'm creating this thing. Okay, I will explain this thing whenever I will start writing the code. Okay, as of now, just consider you need this kinds of template. Okay, the project actually we are gonna implement. Okay, and this is one generic template. You can use this kinds of template. Okay, in your every project. So I have taken entity also. Entity, yeah, entity is done. Now I will also create one constant. Okay, constant is also needed. Constants. Okay, so yeah guys, I think these are the folders and files I need. Okay, and apart from that I will also create config.yaml. So let me write, so I'll just write config slash because this is going to be a folder called config. Inside that I'm going to create one file called config. Okay, config.yaml. So here actually I'll mention all of the configuration. Okay, and after that I also need one params.yaml. Okay, and I will also take requirement.txt. Okay, requirement.txt, because this thing is needed. Here I am going to mention all of the requirements, okay, of this project. Now I will also take setup.py. Setup.py. Okay, so this is for our local package installation, and I will take another folder called research. Okay, inside research actually, I will try to create all of the Jupyter notebook file. Okay, suppose before implementing the actual component, we'll try to do some experiment, okay, on this Jupyter notebook. So there actually, I will create all the notebook, okay, inside this research. So the first notebook I'm going to create here, which is nothing but trials, uh, trials dot ipynb. Okay, so this is the extension of your Jupyter notebook. So yeah guys, I think that's it. So these are the files and folders I need. Okay, now how I will create this thing. Okay, so let me explain, but before that, why I've taken this path, okay, pathlib library, and why I'm taking this path, because here if you see, I have mentioned this path as forward slash. Okay, but you are in Windows. Okay, so in Windows actually forward slash won't be working. Okay, if you are giving this thing as it is, so it may throw some error. Okay, but it will work in Linux system. Okay, so to overcome this issue, okay, to like you can say handle these kinds of path, okay, we can use this kinds of pathlib library. Okay, now pathlib library, what it will do, okay, so let me show you. So first of all, let me open my terminal. So here, first of all, let's activate my Python. So I'll just write Python. So, okay, it will activate the Python. So first of all, let's import this pathlib. Okay, so I'll just write from pathlib. Okay, pathlib import. Let me zoom a little bit. Okay, import path. Okay, suppose I have imported this thing. Now let's take a path. Okay, so I'll just write um, let's name it directory. Okay, this variable name, and here I will try to mention one path. Let's take this path. Okay, config slash config.yaml. Okay, so let's take this path. So config uh, forward slash config, okay, dot yaml. Okay, so I have taken this path, let's say, and now what I will do, I will just simply pass this directory to my this path class. Okay, now let's see what will happen. So I'll just write path. Okay, here I will just pass my directory. Okay, now if I hit enter, now guys, here if you see, it is printing Windows path. Okay, see, that's actually in the backend, actually it handles this path. Okay, suppose I have given all the forward slash, but if you are giving this path inside this path class, okay, so it will automatically will try to get your OS, okay, like which operating system you are using. Based on that, actually it will define the path. So for me, I'm using Windows operating system, that's why it's giving, it is a Windows path. Okay, so that's how actually we can handle this kinds of path issue. Okay, so instead of giving the actual path, okay, the like you can say raw path like that, we can pass this thing inside this path class, and it will automatically handle, okay, this path issue. So that's why actually I'm using. So what I will do, I'll just simply exit this thing. Yeah, so now I have created this list, okay, list of my folders and files. Now actually I will create, okay, like how we can create using Python. So first of all, I will define one for loop. So for file name, uh or take for file path, okay, instead of name, I'll just write for file path in this list of file. Okay, I'll copy this name, and it will return this file path. Okay, so I'll just write file path. Okay, I will pass this file path inside my this path class, because I need okay, I need to handle this path. Okay, because it is going to be Windows path. Okay, so I'll just simply pass this thing. Okay, because it will take one by one all the path, and it will pass inside this path, okay, path class, and it will return me all the path. Okay, and it is going to be Windows path. Now once I get the path, so here first of all I need to extract my file directory and file name, because Here if you see, I have also folder. Okay, so these are my folder. Inside that I have also file. Okay, so this is the file actually, .py. These are the file. But apart from that, I also have some folders. Okay, so I need to separate out them. Okay, so how I can separate out? So there is a way you can follow. So I'll just write file. So I'll just write file directory. So it will return two things: your file directory and file name. Okay, so file name equal to, so you can use wes package for this. So wes dot path dot there is a method called split. Okay, so just call this one split. Yeah, this one. Now here inside that, you just need to provide your file path. Okay, file path. So it will return two thing. Okay, it will return your file directory. That means this file directory, and it will also return this file name. Okay, separately. So let me show you like how it will do it. So let me activate my Python. So first of all, I will import this path. Also import let's wes. Okay, I think wes should be fine. Import wes. So first of all, I will define one directory. So this is the directory I have defined. So now what I will do, I will just write os dot path dot split. Okay, inside that, if I pass my directory, okay, now if I hit enter, now see guys, it is returning two things. One is like your file directory. Okay, so this is my directory. Okay, this is the folder. So it is returning the file directory, and this is also returning the file separately. Okay, as a tuple. So that's how actually we are separating out our file and file path. Okay, now I think it should be clear. Now once I get this files and file path separately, okay, now I will write one statement here. I will write one statement if this file path, okay, file directory, if this file directory uh, it is not empty. Okay, so if it is not empty, so not equal to, okay, so that means if it is not empty, then I will create this file directory. Okay, so I'll just write os dot make dirs. Okay, and here I just need to provide my file directory, and I need to mention another parameter called exist is equal to true. Exist, okay, is equal to true. Okay, because if it is already exist, it won't be creating. Okay, if it is not exist, then it will create. Okay, so once it is done, then I will also log the information. I'll just simply write logging dot info. Okay, and here let's write one log creating directory, creating directory uh, of file directory. So let's also print the directory name for the file, for the, or let's say for file. Here I will also pass my file name. Yeah, so this thing is done. Now this thing actually I have created my folders. Okay, now I also need to create the files. Okay, so to create the files, I will write another logic if uh, so I'll just write if this file is not exist. Okay, if this file is not exist, so I'll just write os dot uh, path dot exist. Okay, there is one method. So here I just need to pass my file path, file path. So if this path is not exist, okay, or os dot path dot get size. Okay, and also I'm checking if this file, okay, if this file size equal to 0. Okay, why I'm taking file size is equal to 0? So let me tell you. File path, I think if it is equal 0, then actually I'm going to create the file. Okay, otherwise I won't be creating. Suppose let's say I have one file, okay, called readme.md. Okay, So inside that, suppose I have written something, okay, it's like CNN classifier. So now if you check this properties, okay, of this readme.amd, so you will get some of the file size. It would be in kilobyte, okay. But suppose if I remove this text, okay, from this one, and if you check now this file size, okay, it would be 0. So that means what I'm doing, if some file are already there, suppose in some file I have already written some code, okay, but I'm again trying to run this template.py. So what will happen, it will replace that file with the new file, okay, and I will lose all of my code. So that thing I don't want. So I only want if, okay, if something is available in my file, so it won't be creating that file again and again. Instead of that, if file is not exist or file size is equal to 0, okay, then it will replace that one, okay. So that is the logic actually I have written. So what I will do, I'll just simply write with open, okay. I'll basically create the file. So file path, uh, I will open it write mode, okay, as if, and so here I'll just give pass because I don't want to do anything, okay, after creation of the file. So let's comment out also. So creating an empty file only, okay. After that, I will also log the information. I'll just write login dot info, okay. So inside that, I will uh, give my login, you can say message. So creating empty file, and here I will also pass my file path, okay. Yeah. So yes guys, this thing, and in the else condition, if it is already like you can say exist or the size is equal to like more than 0, so I'll just simply log the message called logging.info, uh, file name is already exist, okay. Exist. So yes guys, this thing only. Now let's execute and see whether it is able to create our project template or not, okay. So I will open my terminal. So let's exit this thing. I will clear my terminal, okay. Now here I will just simply run this template.py, okay. But before that, also save this file. Just press Ctrl S, okay, from your keyboard. It will save everything. Now I'll open my terminal and let's write python template.py, okay. Now if I execute this thing, now left hand side you will see it will create all of my project folder structure, okay. See, it has created first of all this .github folder. Inside that it has created workflows, and inside that it has created this .git file, okay, keep file. PyTest, it will all automatically generate for me because I have extension, PyTest extension, okay. It won't be visible for your case, okay. So you can also remove this thing, it is not required. And again it has created this config. Here if you see config, inside that it has created config.yaml. Research, it has created trials, and inside src it has created my project folder name, okay, CNN classifier. Inside that it has created all the, okay, folders like components, utils, config, everything it has created. And inside it has created the constructor, okay. So yes guys, I think it is working, and it has also created this params requirement.txt setup, everything. So perfect guys, okay. So see guys, we have implemented one template.py. Now you have this one, okay. Anytime, okay, if you need, if you want to create any like project folder template or project folder structure, what you need to do, just execute this template.py, okay. Now if I, now let's say I have something inside my setup.py, okay. So suppose let's write some code here, import os, okay. Now suppose I have written this thing. Now if I execute this like uh, template.py again, so what will happen, let's see, okay. Now see guys, setup.py is already exist, okay, and it hasn't replaced, okay, it hasn't replaced this thing, okay. This code is already available for me. So that's why I have written this logic, like if this size is equal to 0, then it will create, otherwise it will ignore. Okay, so that's why it's needed. Okay, so I hope you got the idea, okay, how to create this template.py. And now you can use this template.py, okay, in your every project. And in future, if you want some other folders and file, you can just add it. It will automatically create here. Okay, now suppose if I also delete, okay, if I also delete all the thing, okay, suppose if I delete every folders and files from here, and if I execute this thing again, it will again create these are the thing for you. Okay, so I hope you got it. Now what I will do, I will quickly commit these changes in my GitHub, because we have created the template. So I will clear the terminal, and here simply I will write git add space dot git commit hyphen m project template added. Okay, and I'll just write git push origin main. Okay, now if I go to my GitHub, this is my directory, this is my repository. Now if I refresh here, see guys, all the thing has been committed successfully. Okay, now if you see this .github workflows, it is showing because inside that I created one git keep file. Okay, see, if your folders is empty, okay, if there is nothing, so like this GitHub actually won't allow you to commit. Okay, so that's why you need to keep something, okay, to showcase that folder. That's why I kept this .git. Okay, .git keep. But in future, suppose whenever I will be creating chcd.yaml file, I will delete this one. Okay, so yes guys, this is all about from this video. So we have successfully created our project folder, project template. Okay, project folder structure. So in our next video, I will try to do the setup of our project. Okay, we'll be doing the requirement installation. Okay, so what are the packages and what are the files I need, okay, for this project, everything I will be making the setup. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.